Choco Mint Mini Cheesecake. Hi, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. My name is Sonika. Since Valentine's Day is around the corner and love is completely in the air, let's make a recipe that reflects just that. So today what we're making is a Choco Mint Mini Cheesecake. Let's take a look at all the ingredients that we need to make this recipe. Digestive biscuits, whipped cream, hung yogurt, cream cheese, condensed milk, some mint pops or any mint flavored candy that you want, some peppermint essence, carrageenan or vegetarian gelatin, some melted butter, powdered sugar, some chopped dark chocolate and milk. So to make the base of this cheesecake, what we're going to do is we're going to crush a few digestive biscuits in this mixie jar. Let's give it a quick whiz. So we've got our biscuits into a nice powder. Let's transfer this into a bowl. Let's add the butter into this. And let's mix it nicely so that it gets a nice crumbly texture, the kind that is at the bottom of a cheesecake. Since we're making mini cheesecakes, I've got these beautiful paper cups that I'm going to line into these. So instead of making one huge cheesecake, we're making customized individual cheesecakes. So now let's spoon in some of this mixture into the bottom of each of these cupcake molds. So you get a nice base in each of your individual cheesecake. So let's put this into the fridge to set, because once you put it into the fridge, the butter that we've added to it will nicely solidify and we'll get a nice crunchy crust like you get at the base of a cheesecake. Now let's take some of the gelatin, vegetarian gelatin or the carrageenan that we have, and we're going to dissolve it in some water. Let's add a little bit of water to this. Let's put this in the microwave till it's slightly warm. Let's also put this chocolate into the microwave so as to get it nice and melted. So while our chocolate is melting, let's blend together cream cheese and hung yogurt. So we've got our yogurt and we've got some cream cheese. We're using Philadelphia cream cheese here because it's probably the best and the tastiest cream cheeses available, but you could easily use any other that you get. So we're going to add our melted chocolate into this mixture. So let's check if it's done. So let's keep this aside till it cools down slightly. We can get our gelatin out of the microwave right now. So while our chocolate is cooling and coming down to room temperature, we're going to crush our peppermint snaps or these peppermint pops that we have into a fine powder. Now let's fold in our melted chocolate into this. Give it a nice mix so as to incorporate it nicely into the yogurt and cream cheese mixture. To this, we're going to add whipped cream. We're going to add around 1 cup of whipped cream. Now let's fold this in. To this, I'm going to add some condensed milk. So let's take some condensed milk and pour it in. Mix it together again. Now to this, we'll add some powdered sugar. So now let's add an ingredient that makes this recipe so special. We're going to add our crushed peppermint pops. So I'm going to add these amazing crushed peppermint pops that are going to give a great new flavor to this recipe. Let's also add in some peppermint essence. So you get a nice flavor of peppermint right through your cheesecake. Let's mix this in together again. What we're going to add next is some milk. Let's carefully mix this in. So with all our ingredients nicely mixed, it's time to add in gelatin into this mixture. What we're going to do is we're going to take some gelatin into a bowl. So let's take a portion of this mixture and mix it into this bowl. We don't want to add the gelatin directly into this to avoid any lumps being formed later, because lumps of jelly in your cheesecake is not very appetizing. So now let's add this mixture into this. And let's mix it together nicely again. So our cheesecake mixture is ready. Let's get our molds out of the fridge so we can pour in this mixture over the base that we prepared. Like you can see, we've got a nicely formed crust for the base of our cheesecake. Now let's spoon in the mixture into each of these molds. We want to fill these up almost full, not too much, because cheesecake does rise, but it rises just a teeny bit. Now that we've assembled our cheesecake completely, we've got our base in, we've poured in our mixture into it. Let's slightly tap these to get rid of any air bubbles that may have formed. So by doing this, we ensure that we have a nice, smooth, even cheesecake. Our cheesecake is done, it's ready. Let's just put these into the fridge, and in a couple of hours you should have a superbly perfect Choco mint cheesecake ready. It's been 2 hours that our cheesecake has been setting in the fridge and they look pretty much done. I've set the cake for a couple of hours, but you could also set it overnight. I'm going to take them out of this muffin tray. We can serve them just like that. Or we could also remove the paper cup lining that we had kept them in. So we're going to remove the paper cups of a couple of these cakes and we're going to leave them on the other few. So our Choco Mint mini cheesecakes are ready. Be sure to make them this Valentine's because they're really going to woo anyone you want to.